Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, my name is Kayla and here we love to talk about all things luxury and high-end beauty and makeup. So today y'all, we are gonna be talking about this new Chanel #1 foundation. They just sprung this one on us without any warning, no hint, nothing. And it was a lovely, lovely little surprise. So I am going to do an application for y'all, one side with a brush, one side with a sponge, and I'm gonna let y'all know how this baby wears. So if that's something that's interesting to you, then just keep watching. Okay, so I don't have anything on my skin except for my skincare, obviously. I went ahead and started my eyeshadow. Don't judge. It's gonna be cleaned up and it's gonna look better. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the foundation. So here it is. The bottle looks so small, y'all, but I mean, it's a standard 1 fluid ounce. I got it in the shade BD01, which is the lightest shade, obviously. So it has a pump applicator. Super nice. The bottle is like that frosted glass material. It's super pretty. It's luxury. It's Chanel. I shook it up really, really well. So now I'm gonna pump a few pumps on the back of my hand. So that's 2 pumps. It's a kind of a thick consistency, not really runny. I mean, it's running a little bit just because I do have a lot on the back of my hand, but it is thicker than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be more watery, but that's like my perfect shade, y'all. I know it looks light on the back of my hand, but once it's blended out on my face, it's a perfect shade. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna apply it on half of my face with a brush and the other half with a beauty blender. So for the brush side, I have my BK Beauty #101 brush. This is the travel size. I don't have the full size. This is one of my favorite brushes for applying foundation, y'all. It's beautiful. And then on the other side, I have my beauty blender. So let's do the brush side first. It has the typical Chanel scent, which if you know Chanel, it's that kind of rose scent. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so my BK Beauty 101, and here we go. It feels very, very hydrating on my skin. I will say that almost, I mean, maybe I'm just imagining it because I'm in this sweater and it's actually hot here in Louisiana, but it almost feels cooling on my skin. It's blending out very easily, very beautifully. So there it is on half of my face with a brush. I mean, that blended out extremely easily and it looks really beautiful. As you could see, I had a few blemishes right here and here on my forehead. It covered them up a little bit, but not a ton. But honestly, I prefer when a foundation doesn't cover them up completely because then I can just go back in with a little bit of like spot concealer. This is really, really pretty, y'all. I would say, and let me know in the comments down below what you think, but I would say that it gave, I mean, that's a pretty good like medium coverage, at least in my opinion. It's really pretty, y'all. It's very glowy, very pretty. So far, so good. So I'm gonna apply it to this side with a beauty blender. Okay, well, honestly, I feel like that applied just as beautifully and just as easily. It gave maybe slightly less coverage than with the brush, but I still feel like it's a decent amount of coverage. I do feel like there's slightly more glow on the Beauty Blender side. It's still glowy, but I feel like it's slightly more on this side. Then again, that could just be my sweat because I'm sweating. But I do feel like there's a little bit more glow. But as far as the coverage, it's pretty much the same. My skin just looks very, very natural, y'all. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks very natural, and it does. It has like almost a cooling sensation, and I do really, really like that. So I'm actually, if you're not new to my channel, you know that I always do this because my nose is pretty red. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit more on my nose, just like a tiny, tiny little bit, and kind of blend it in with a Beauty Blender real quick. Okay, so it built very nicely on my nose, which all foundations don't. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look matte. Like I said, this side may be a little bit more dewy. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. So there's the Beauty Blender side, and then there's the brush side. But I really do feel like the amount of coverage is the same. So I'm impressed. I'm speechless. Fun story about Chanel. So when I was getting into makeup, so I started getting into makeup when I was in college, but whenever I kind of started like playing around with it and everything, the first place that I went was Chanel. So for the longest time, everything was Chanel. Like I got Chanel everything, and I don't talk about it enough on my channel, but like this is my OG makeup. That's what I went to first. The reason I went to Chanel was because my grandmother was a huge, huge lipstick fan. Not any other makeup, just lipstick. Like she had so many lipsticks, and whenever I was little, I just had these like really great memories of going to the Chanel counter with her and picking out a lipstick. She bought me my first lipstick at the Chanel counter. So I just have these really, really fond and special memories of Chanel, and I don't talk about them enough. And this foundation is really just, I think, gonna put them back on the map for me. So anyways, I digress. That was a little story time. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, and I'll be back with the final look and my final thoughts. Okay, y'all, so here is the finished look. I used mostly Chanel products. I will link in the description box down below what products I use. So overall, y'all, I am thoroughly impressed with this foundation. Like I don't even have words. It's really, really beautiful. I set it with just a little bit of powder, not too much. And I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but like, it just looks like my skin, like a more perfected version of my skin, but yet there's still that like medium amount of coverage. I did go in with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer to cover up these little blemishes like here and then here. But other than that, this is just a concealer, obviously. But other than that, it's just this foundation. I'll leave a pinned comment down below as to how it wears throughout the day. I have to bathe Mickey today, run a few errands, so I'll let you know how it wears. But this initial application, I'm blown away, okay? And I've tried most of the Chanel foundations in the past, and like upon initial application, this is some big claims, y'all, but this one might be my favorite. I mean, I'm gonna keep wearing it obviously and seeing, you know, how it works with my skin, but so far I love it. It's definitely buildable to medium coverage. So if that's something that you like, it's a very natural finish. It's not like overly dewy, but it's like that perfect amount of dewy, but also kind of, it's not matte, it's just natural and satin with a little bit of dewiness, and I kind of love it. Our Ulta doesn't have it, like no Ulta in Louisiana is carrying the line, which no surprise there. So I ordered it directly from Chanel's website, but it's also available at Ulta. So if it's available at an Ulta near you, go in the store, check it out, see what you think. But I'm obsessed and I highly, highly recommend it. Let me know in the comment section down below. Have you tried it out? Do you like it? What are your thoughts? I want to know. And also, if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you like my content, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as part of our fam here on YouTube. And if you're not following me over on Instagram, it's at beautybykaylak. I'd love to see you over there too. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye.